This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your 2020 Carbon fifth wheel toy hauler, model 403. Okay, so I'm here on the door side of the trailer, and I'm moving towards the rear, and that's where we'll start at. Okay. So of course you recognize it's got your ramp slash patio, pretty typical of all of them. You have an awning over the top that extends. It's a power awning. Also right below the power awning, you'll notice there's a housing there. That housing means that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So you can put a backup camera in there. It's pre-wired. This one takes a Furrion camera that fits inside that housing. So make sure if you get one. We do sell them here, but you can, no matter where you get it from, if you get one, get the one that fits in that housing. That way it's just a quick, simple install. All right. Also, while we're looking up, keep in mind you have to inspect the roof of your RV. You want to inspect it 3 times a year if you live in the north. You figure in the spring and in the fall, and once in the middle of the summer, you go up on the roof or have somebody go up there. Look at all the sealant. Make sure there's no cracking or separation starting. And if you do see that, eventually at some point you will, because all trailers need to be maintained. But because you're inspecting it regularly, you'll know that, and it'll be bone dry inside for as long as you have the trailer. Now if you're going down south, you would, and you're going to be using it in the south, you would go out once in the middle of the winter too. So you figure if you had good weather all year round, it would be every 3 months. So that's what the manufacturer recommends. This is the door that goes into your garage, of course. These are one of your rams for your self-leveling system. It's a Lippert system, and this one has 6 rams total. That's if you include the front landing gear. Okay, so it has 4 rear and then the 2 landing gear in the front. I'll show you the self-leveling system when we get around to the other side. Triple axles, which is magnificent. Of course, these are just the service panels for your refrigerator here. Keep in mind that there's a big step. The first step on both of these steps is huge. So you might want to get a little platform or something, because that is a big step. Okay, you have a power awning with LED strip. You right here, this is a black tank flush. I'll show you, I'll talk to you more about that when I get on the other side. But basically, after you've dumped your black tank, you're going to hook your hose here, the hose from the dump station right there, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank. The one thing, like it says on this sticker here, always make sure that the black tank flush valve is open before you turn the water on, okay? You have some power here, and of course in your basement here, we've got some things here. You've got cable and satellite through, and a power here if you want to put a TV out here. So you can connect it into the system right there. Okay, this blue sprayer is just a plug-in sprayer. I'll show you where that goes when we get to it. This is where your hydraulics are. There's your reservoir for your hydraulic fluid, of course. You've got 2 30-pound LP tanks, automatic changeover regulator, so it'll change over automatically. This is a tank gauge here, basically. You point it at each tank, and it tells you if it's full or empty with LP, okay? This is your generator. Now, you can operate it from the outside. You have to pull this cover off, but we're gonna stick with showing you how it operates from the inside. It's very simple. 2 docking lights, battery racks. So you got one 24 series in there now. You can add 2 more if you choose to. You just make sure you wire them together so they stay at 24, or at 12 volts. Okay. Now this is the outside control for your self-leveling system. So you just start it right there. It's telling you that the jacks are down, which they are. To level it, you're just going to push auto level when you're leveling it. To retract it, first of course you'd push retract, right? But then you can scroll through it here. I'll try to get this so you can see see it here. Manual mode, so you can do them one by one using these buttons here. Auto retract, which is what most people use. and then you can set them. This is all for independent stuff. Now this is important here. The battery, 13.7 volts, that's what you want. Even though it's a 12 volt system, you always want to have over 12 volts in the system to operate the leveling system. Otherwise it tends to fault. So it's important to make sure your batteries are really totally charged before you use it. Okay? And of course that's back to off. Alright? Also, these are the directions right here on the door, which tells you the same thing I did, plus a little bit more. Alright, so your water station is right here. Let me back up so we can see where we're at here. Okay, so here we are. So, if you want to winterize, you would use this port here. If you want to use city water right here. If you want to flush the tank right here. Okay. Your two dump valves are here, of course. Your low point drains are here. You got a disconnect switch for your battery, so you can, when you put it into storage, you can disconnect the battery, but you always leave it on, except when you're in storage. You can winterize from here on and off. You can bypass your water heater when you're winterizing right here. That blue coiled sprayer plugs in right there. So you see you've got pretty much all the controls right here. So keep that in mind. They do have this chart right here, but you can talk to your salesman about that. It's kind of a mystery, because the way they have it set up, you do not have the selector valves like they're showing. So keep that in mind. It's pretty straightforward. You've got a different fill for each function. It's very simple. Much better that way. Your bypass is right there, like I said. To winterize, it's here. So it's all pretty straightforward. Your water heater is right here. Now keep in mind, this does have an extra switch here. I didn't take it off here. So right now, you can shut it on and off. You can see it right there. That switch operates the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. Right? This obviously works on either gas or electric, or both. The switches are inside, but this switch out here is just for the electric heating element, and it's a holdover from when the switches weren't inside. So you got to remember, in order for the switches to work inside, for the electrical switch to work inside, you have to have this in the on position. Okay. All right, and also as usual, well, let me go here. You can drain it right here. So hopefully you can see my finger here. I'm trying to get a good picture with right there. So there's the drain right there. Takes an 1:16" socket, so you can drain it there. Now, just like I started to say, make sure there's water in the water heater tank before you start to use any energy source. So before you turn on the gas or electric, make sure that it's filled. Okay. That's obviously exhaust for your generator. Okay, this is showing you where your tanks are at. Okay. So, okay. All right, so this is your, hopefully it's got this unlocked here. Hold on one second. Hey, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
I'm right in the middle of this video. Could you bring the keys back here and unlock this gas pump door here? I forgot to unlock it. All right, so this is going to be your filler, obviously. This is for your gas pump system, and it's for the generator system, both, this tank. This is a gauge here and your pump. Actually, it's just a pump. Okay. And your nozzle and hose will be right here as soon as we get it opened. I don't know if you heard me. I think you heard me. Okay. You got a 50 amp system, so you have a 50 amp cord. It's 30 feet long, and we give you a reducer with it to reduce it down. Of course, you got a ladder, which makes it easier to inspect the roof, just like we talked about. Okay, well, I guess you didn't hear me. Just goes to show you. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep going. We'll come back to that when we get it opened up, okay? Okay, let's go inside the trailer. We'll come back to that. I've got the key in here anyway, so. Okay. It needs a slight adjustment there, so we'll take care of that for you before you get here. Okay. He must not have heard what I said, or he misunderstood me. Let's see the key right here. There's 2 sets of them. Okay, well, let's just do it this way. All right, so right here, up these steps here, obviously we got lights. This one has a Wi-Fi router on it, made by Furion, which is right here. Thinking that it's telling me that it has one, or is it just pre-wired for it? I'm trying to read this here. Oh yeah, so it's telling you can purchase that one. It would go right here. So what it is basically is a signal booster for your digital antenna and a router. So you basically would create your own network inside the trailer. This is just telling you that it's pre-wired for that. Okay. Also it's telling this here it's pre-wired for solar, so behind here will be wire that goes to the roof for the solar panel, and you would put a monitor right here. Okay, so these are options. All right, so the thermostat is very simple. You're just going to light it up this way, then you're basically scroll through. Try to use everything on automatic fan if you can. Heat, fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Go to cool, high auto is generally what you'll use. Oops, let me go down. I'm going the wrong way here. Okay, get down to 62. Okay. All right, so moving right along. Here we have our monitor panel right here. Okay, so you can see we have some lights here. You start your generator here and prime it right here, right? So we'll demonstrate that when you get here. You'll be able to run it, of course. Your awning to extend it, retract it is right here. Just roll the awning out. It goes out 8 feet, and you'll see the awning tube when you're all the way out. So just keep in mind that you can't leave the awning out unattended. So if you're not going to be at the campsite, make sure you roll it in so you don't get it damaged by wind or rain. Speakers, your water pump is right here. Like I showed you, could fill the water tank from the water section I showed you on the outdoor side front area. If you fill that tank because you're at a campsite that does not have plumbing on the campsite or city water on the campsite, you can always pre-fill your tank and then use this pump to pump the water. This is also used during winterization. You can run your water heater on gas or electric. Remember, always make sure there's water in the tank before you do that. Your basic black tanks, you have a second one in the back, so you'll switch it this way. But basically, you can do all your levels from here and check them. This is a generator that tells you for your generator tells you how many hours it's been running. Now, with generators, generally there's a quick break-in time. We'll find out when you get here. We'll talk to you about it. Basically, you have to have the oil changed after just so many hours. So you have to keep an eye on this and make sure you get your break-in oil changed. And like I said, we'll talk about that. Now down here, this is your power converter. What this does is it converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC right here. So you open it up, you see you got your 110 AC side with regular household style circuit breakers, and they're labeled. Then the power is converted over to 12 volt DC on this side. You've got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled. If any of these fuses were to blow, they'll actually light up and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. Okay. Also, this is a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, you can it'll sense how much energy your battery need up front, or batteries if you have more than one, and it'll just keep them charged. It'll just trickle a couple amps if they're charged, or send 10 or 15 or whatever it needs to charge them if they're low. So it'll always charge up your batteries. Alright, more storage. Okay, your range, you just spark to light it. I don't know if he left the gas on. Either way, I'll talk you through it. Let me see if he's got gas on here. So you go to light, which is the picture of the flame, then this sparker you turn clockwise, and you can see the flame lit. So obviously it is the gas is turned on. Now for the oven, you have to keep in mind this is a little different. Down at the bottom here, all the way to the back, is a pilot light. Right? So you're going to come to the oven knob, you're going to go to pilot, right there, then you depress it and hold it in. While you're holding it in, you'll spark this by turning it clockwise. And when the flame down here lights, right, after it lights, you hold it for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up, then you go to operating temperature. It cycles on and off as an oven does, but when you shut it off, obviously the flame goes off, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, and there's a light and fan. The microwave works like any other microwave. Nothing unique about it. Your refrigerator, let's pull this off of here right now so we can read it. Okay. So, this works on either 110 AC or LP gas. So right now, it's telling us automatic, and it's chosen AC power. AC power always takes parameters over gas. So it will always look for AC power, and if it finds it, it'll use that. If it can't find it, it always goes to gas, which is its second choice. So auto will always choose AC first. You can pick your modes here. See auto, which is what we want. AC, you could switch it to LP manually, or auto, or AC manually, or LP. So you're going to go with auto almost always. And even if you're pulling it down the road, you don't have any 110 AC, so you can just it'll automatically switch over to LP gas. You can pull it down the road that way. And of course, you have temperatures set, and I just showed you what the mode was. So that's basically it. That's all there's to it. It's a nice refrigerator. Like I said, it's gas absorption, so you have to start it preferably the day in advance. But if not, give it a good 8 hours anyway. That's the real difference. It works like a regular refrigerator, except that it takes longer to reach operating temperature. So keep that in mind. Okay, so you have theater seats, and you got massage and heat and light for it, that sort of thing. Same with this one over here. You got charging ports. These, let's see what we got here. These you can fold up out of the way. Okay, so you have more theater seating here with recliners. Excuse me. Your system here is you can play discs, obviously. You can stream off a USB, obviously. You can take all your favorite albums with you, put them on one stick, and take your entire album collection along with you if you want. Or you can also use Bluetooth and stream off of stream using Bluetooth, stream off your phone or your tablet or whatever you have. So it does a good thing. Also, there's 3 speaker zones. One would be in the master bedroom, one is in here, and the other one is outside. Okay. And of course you have your TV, which is on a bracket, keep in mind. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. There should be a carbon dioxide and LP gas detector around here somewhere. I'm looking right now. Oh, here it is right here. So right behind this chair, you can see it. That's your LP gas carbon dioxide detector. So if it ever goes off, obviously you take everybody outside and you keep the door open, shut the gas off, and figure out what's going on. That's important. Alrighty. So the bathroom, the only real thing to know about it, we're in the process of cleaning here. There's a GFCI here. Keep in mind, there's probably 2 GFCIs in this trailer, at least 2. But every plug is wired through one of these. So if you're using a plug on the outside, it's probably wired through this one here. Either way, you'll reset it inside, because all the plugs are wired through a GFCI. Alright, you've got a vent up here, of course. You always use it with the shower because you want to pull the humidity out. The thing to know about the toilet is, same with all RV toilets, is you can't use it dry, or you can't use it without chemicals. So when I say dry, right down there is your black tank, straight down. So because we dumped the black tank, it's empty. So when you get to the campsite, you're going to hook up your power and your water, and you stabilize and do all the things you do. Then you come in here and you'll put your chemical in here, whichever chemical you use. You'll put 1 dose in there. Then you'll stand on the pedal. Because the water's hooked up, it'll come out much harder. This is just residual pressure right now. but you're going to put about a gallon or so of water in the tank. 2 gallons is fine, at least a gallon. There's no way to tell exactly what that is. Just use common sense. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just remember, you can't use a dry black tank, so you have to have water and chemical in it when you start using it, if it's dry. Okay. All right. Wardrobe slide out, nice. You got zone 2 air conditioner here, and there's your controls for zone 2. They work same as the other one. This is pretty self-evident here. Let me get some light. You have storage under the bed, foot locker type storage. This is your emergency window. I'll just show you how it works in case you don't know. You just push this through, and you would push it all the way through so it flaps freely. Then you would grab a hold of this tab which pulls the screen out. You pull the screen out, and you can escape that way. So anywhere you see an exit window like that, that's how it's going to operate in case you have to get out in an emergency. Okay. Also, you have hookup and antenna and cable and satellite, all 3 it looks like, plus power. There's a backer here for to hang a TV set, but you're going to have to be very careful because I can't see a TV fitting very well here when this slides in. So let's see how far this goes. Conceivably you could hang it here, but keep in mind that that's something I would keep an eye on, because the TVs with the thickness of the bracket and the TV, that seems like a little low tolerances there, so I don't know if that's quite going to fit. Okay. Alright, so we'll head towards the garage now. We're still doing good, still recording, so everything's good. Like I said, you're going to be able to go over this in person, obviously. This is just sort of a reference video. You can also use manufacturer's videos. You can use every component to this trailer. This fifth wheel has its own manual that comes with this. Plus, you can go online and look at manufacturer's videos, that sort of thing. All right, these are going to be steps for your deck right here that snap on and off for the deck. Obviously, these couches here can fold flat, and you can make it into a bed, or you can fold them up out of the way. Obviously, this top bunk goes up and down. You have your switch right here for that. All right, so that goes up and down. So you can get your four-wheeler, your dirt bikes, or whatever you got in here. This comes with pins to pin it up, which something we'll go over with you so you can see how to get the whole thing up, because this whole thing will go up. But if you want headroom, for example, and you're bringing this all the way down, you can pin the top bed into the up position way up here, so it'll be out of the way for you, so you can entertain here. And you figure with the door open, you have a big patio and all that, so you'd want this up and out of the way. So you would pin it in that instance. You get a ladder with it, of course. This, you have a nice power vent. It looks like a Max Air, I would guess, from this distance. Oh yeah, right here. It says right here. So I guess that's an important clue right there. But you can open and close it and change the fan speed and everything from right here. Your awning on the rear that I told you about is operated right here. We'll go over that for you. So it does a lot. It's a very, very nice trailer. I mean, I'm nothing but impressed with it. You have a small bathroom here. Keep in mind, the toilet works the same as the other one in that you have to have chemical and some water in the black tank before you use it. You've got a sink here. It's the first time I've actually seen this model here. That's kind of neat. So you got a small sink to wash up. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, so let's go move back forward. Now, let me get the keys for your gas pump. I mean, there's not a whole lot to show you, just that it's a nozzle with a hose. Obviously, there's nothing unique about it, but let's walk back out there and see if I can get it open. See, I command so much authority around here. You can see when I asked someone to bring me the keys, I heard him grunting a few times, but apparently that meant no, or something worse. All right. Oh, he's got it open now. Well, there you go. I don't know where he went to get the keys from because I had them in there, but okay, either way. So there's your gas pump, obviously. So you got a pump, you got a hose in your nozzle. All right. Like I said, this is for, I'm sure, well, maybe it says right here. I guess it doesn't. But this is, I'm sure, for the generator and the pump station. Because I don't see any more fillers for the generator, so I'm sure that's it. If not, I'll be corrected. Okay. All right. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. We're very easy to work with, so we'll work with you if you have any issues. Anything that comes up, don't hesitate to call us, and we'll take care of you as best we can. Remember what I said about inspecting the roof? That's the most important thing a trailer owner does when it comes to maintenance, is winterizing it correctly and inspecting the seals on the outside of the trailer. That's very important, so make sure you take care of that. Okay? Thank you very much.